سلام تعنا هبلي كم يتنحكم كبرات تملكتنا سمنا ومدب تجراي سوا جميل الله نلوم معنتي على خلط عمد كونه يلزلو قبل الحزب تجراي استأوج زر مصنات كوينات صعبو بفلاي اب دايسبورا زلو محبرسب زغبرو زلو قالسي نامرحو قدميت كاب زسلفو وعروتات حانت زخونت غاش حيزنا لكم قريبنا لنا هلينا تادسه تبحال اب قربا خم تذكرو اب اتلانتا نخلت عبيتي سيناتراتن كومون كالوت تغارون زلوو عبي بريس كونفرنس تواهبو بدنبي اب تግራይ ዝበጽሕ ዘሎ መከራን ስቃይን ዘርኢ ጽቡቕ ናይ ፕሬስ ኮንፈረንስ መደብ ተኻይዱ ነይሩ ብዙሕ ጽዕንቶ ዝፈጠረ ዓይነት ፕሬስ ኮንፈረንስ እዩ ነይሩ ብዛዕባኡ ክተዋግዕና ህሊና ታደሰ በጋጣሚ ካብ አትላንታ ሎማዓንቲ ኣብዚ ዲሲ መጽያ ተራኺብና ኣለና እንኳዕ ደሓን መጻኸ ህሊና
በጣም ያመሰግንኝ እንኳን በሰላም በጽሕኹኒ
ጽቡቕ አጋጣሚ ሎማዓንቲ ተራኸብናሉ አጋጣሙውን ደበስ ትግራይ ብዝብል ደቃንስቲዮ ትግራይ ዋሽንግተን ዲሲ ከባቢያን ማዓልቲ አዴታት ምኽንያት በመግባር ዘዳለው ኦናይ ሰለስተ ማዓልቲ ዋዕላሎ ካብኦ ሓደት ሰልፊ ኢነሩ ሰልፍ እንዳመራሕኸው ዕልቂ እኺ ሎማዓንቲ ተራኺብና ዘለና ከመይ ነሩ ሰልፊ ከመይ ነሩ ማይውን ነሩ
በደንብ ማይ ነሩ ግን ናይ ትግራይ ህዝብና ሁሉ ግዜ يوصي مالت إن بتجرينا بإنجليزية غير يزارب
كحزبلك
بزحنا لنا بحجي بزي جزء تجرينا نتشاشلنا هنا جن نفلت دمنا وشتي تجراويتي ويم تجارو مخالنا سلزي يقرت إلى جن Tigrai حيزن نشاشل كويس so please bear with me so I would like to say in terms of today's demonstration our people continue to show up rain or hot heat especially on a day like this it's such a symbolically important Mother's Day weekend a lot of the people that I know are not fortunate like me they don't have their mothers near them their sisters, their aunts, of course. So it's hard. And even for those who have their mothers and sisters and aunts to show up, even in inclement weather like this, to say that the women and girls of Tigray need these atrocities to stop, for the international community to act now and to put a complete stop to the Tigray genocide symbolically and pragmatically or in action is very important. So proud of our community that continues to show up. What's a little water in the hair when our people are going through such immense pain? So I wouldn't say I led it today. You have some incredible leaders here in the DC area and all over the country and the world, I should say. A special shout out to the Tigrawatis out there, the real Waros. I'm so honored to have been asked to come today, and you have an amazing community here in DC.
تحسب نبعلو بتعمي دس بالنير خم تحجز بالكيو أبز ساعات زين إحنا ولا مازرس داي كوينو ولا خالصنا يدك نستيو بعلات كافتو خينات تجمر اللقوان جميرو عشان دا مارش 8 معلت الديتات كله مستقراي تتححيزين من تاي كله حسابنا لبنا وصل زلو ناتن متحابرتون اندحاتت كون نيرة كلها سبقتنا ديخوم دكنا مازرس داي مخنيات كيركم تهبونا جيفت كله نبقى نفتا مخته نفتا وعلا قبرو وازبنا تعم دس بالحسابيو كابتزول كيو نيرو نفت ناتكي قاشا جرنا زعدمنا كمخنيات كأند مخنيات كناتو أب قربا بتعمل زجرم مالت كلتا عبيت سيناترات نيروم بزعبا تجراي بقلتي we stand with تجراي يلوم word by word حسابهم عبنا قولنا تجراي تقوم بعلم زجلتسلو عبي ملختي زحلفكم له مدرخ نيرو كمي تقاليسكم نعاتهم أمينكم أبكم عينت بركخت بتصحوا إلكم how did you do that?
So a great question. We get asked that question a lot. So before I say anything, I have to say زخلو زخونة admin حفتنا فانا ملس up to press conference in Nabarat. She's quite an incredible young lady. Internship on Nagabarat to Senator's office and خم خلنا but especially فانا chance سبق بناخلو سلنا سبنا اللاس إنا نزارب.
عبا تقالسي كله قاعد عم خركب كل الزارب.
بقى خمو إيو and awareness is so key because even though we are like we say screaming and writing and you know taking meetings with Senate officials and congressional officials, it's almost like the news is still living in a bubble, especially due to, you know, the genius communications blackout so that the world cannot respond to Tigray the way Ukraine is being responded to. So in that case, Fana was telling the senator, telling staff members, telling her classmates on the progress of all that's happening, or I should say the lack of progress, and there was an interest there. She really hit the heart, you know. Anyone with a heart, anyone with family members, really any decent human being listening to what's happening will feel something, right? You will feel pain for the 120,000 women who have been affected by sexual and gender-based violence. You will feel for the millions of unaccompanied children that are walking the streets without a guardian. You know, you will feel for the almost, more than 6 million people who are being systematically starved by the siege. You will feel. And so the senator felt that. She understood, and immediately she said, that's wrong. That is a human being to me, not even a
قليل نجار يكون
قليل نجار يكون حكيو. Again, any kind of human being will feel. Again, حكي خيخي. قليل نجار يكون. I stand with Tigray. خمس بالخيو. We haven't heard that from any elected official, and it seemed so easy for her to say because I think she allowed herself to feel. And I would think also, as a minority here in this country, maybe there was that understanding. Maybe there was that feeling of being put upon, being silenced. Why could she feel it more than most? Why can they feel it for the Ukrainians? And I'm not saying Ukraine should definitely get the help it needs. You got it. There's no one else in this world at this given time that understands the Ukrainian people like the Tigrayan people. We are being put upon now for 549 days. But why was the world so quick to say it's a genocide? Why was the world so quick to bring aid? Why is the world still shutting us out? Why are they calling our leaders?
Maybe it's a joke people were saying because they have blonde hair or blue eyes.
I think it's easier. I think there's validity there. And as you know, Dr. Adhanom,
Dr. Tedros Adhanom.
That's it. You know, when you have the global leader in health and wellness making a comment like that, you have to stop and listen. It's not just a deluge. I mean, when it's that obvious, it is my hope that the world can at least start to think about, why? Why does Africa feel so far away, but Ukraine so close? Like the international community has to ask itself that. So that was the impressive part about Senator Jackson. She was very clear, and she said, I stand with the people of Tigray. I stand with Tigray. And Fana did an excellent job of drafting a resolution that only talked about the humanitarian crisis. So TPLF Khamzi Yellen, state of Tigray, it's about the women, the children,
The people of Tigray.
The people of Tigray, the boys, the men that we don't talk about, that we know are also part of the sexual and gender-based violence. You know, we don't talk about that a lot, but we know it happens. There's nobody that is safe. So, Lizzie, I think it would be easy to say a mother should not watch her child die. And so she didn't. She said, I stand with Tigray.
ካብ ኣብቲ መድረኽ ብጣዕሚ ዘሰሓበኒ ነገር ንስኺ ዘቕረብክዮ ነገር ክልተ ነገር ነይሮም ናይ ብዙሕ ሰብ ቀልቢ ዝሰሓቡ ኢለ ዝሓስብ እቲ ሓደ እስኺ ባዕልኺ ቅድሚ ሕጂ ኣብ ልዕሊ ህዝቢ ትግራይ ዝተገበረ ተመሳሳሊ ኩነት ሕዚ ንገብሮ ዘለና ወለድና ቅድም ኢሎም ዝሓለፍዎ ዓይነት ጭንቅን መከራን ስደትን ኩሉ ከም ምስክር ኮንክ ዝቐረብ ኩሉ ኢኺ ነይርክ ዋላ ቆልዓ እንተነበርክ ንእሽተይ እንተነበርክ ግን እቲ መከራ በቐረባ ክትገልጽዮ ትሰብውን ከቕበሎ ዝኽእል ነይሩ እቲ ካልኣይ ድማ እቲ ኣብ ልዕሊ ህዝቢ ትግራይ ሕዚ ዝበፅሕ ዘሎ መከራን ስቃይን ብቁፅሪ ከተቕርቡ ከለኺ እቲ ቁፅሪ ክትሓስቡ ከለኹም እቶም መከራ ዝበፅሖም ዘለዉ ሰባት ብምስሊ ተዘይሓሲብኩምዎም ክትርድኡ ወይ ትኽእሉን ብዝብል ብጣዕሚ ንብዓት ክሕርቕርቕ እንዳበለክት ዝገበርክዮ ስፒች ብጣዕሚ እዩ ብዙሕ ሰብ ቀልቢ ስሒቡ ብዛዕባ ንእሽተይ ይበልና أمنا
حجي وني خاصبه خلّه قال أنت نيروني بتقريني أجن خستايب لني شو زين نفلت جاز زين نفلت وش تزنبرو نسوم يز حسب إننا من ينعم الزرب من ينعم who's shouting for them. So, you know, especially all of us in the diaspora right now, when we talk about these facts, it's ingrained in our minds. I think we know it better than we know what our friends are doing or the favorite show we used to have. You know, I mean, it is second nature because we're constantly working. And we have some incredible people working behind the scenes. It just so happened that day I had the opportunity to say it in front of a camera, but when you are saying those numbers to people who don't know what's going on, I think your heart cracks open and the emotion becomes raw. Because when we're talking amongst each other, there's an understanding that you feel the pain and I feel the pain, and we're working towards something for our people. Again, when you're explaining it to people who don't understand the struggle, who don't understand the resistance, the amount of strength that it takes to survive one more day when you're being starved. Like your defenses. So definitely my emotions got a hold of me. Again, you're right also. أربعة عامتين نيرة بميدا تشاجرنا. My dad was imprisoned, you know, just like now, falsely imprisoned, and ناب كارتوم مجمرة خيدو أنا 4 نيرة حفتي حدا عمت نيرة عدنا حفتي حزيلة بإيدي you know بقى ترامينا واك غيرنا السودان سلازي سخول نجر خستاوسو خلخو أنا بزح نجر استاوسيه ماي أفلحنا بسكر تبت وخنست خلنا واك خنقبر هلا لا قلعت خموتو خلو نستيز بها chicken pox ويم جونفان خمو عينت نجر 4 انت خوينم حد نجر يقرص ايو ابا ايمرو او ግን ዓብይ ነገር ዘስታውስ እግዚአብሔር ደጋጊሙ ባዕሉ ይርኤና ነይሩ ናይ በሐቂ እንተዛሪባ because خدخمኒ ከሎ ሓቢርና ዝነበረ ሰብኣይ ዘይንፈልጦ ሰብ ይሓቅፈኒ ነይሩ እና ይሓግዘና ዋክ ንገብር ዝኻልኽዎ ዋክ ገብር እሞ ይኹም ዓይነት ነገር you become family in a struggle. And in my opinion, that's God showing his face. I remember one time that like somebody woke us up and he had a snake. He was holding a snake, you know, was coming towards us. You know, things like this. So then I can't help but think about all of the experiences that people walking right now are going through.
Maybe worse.
Definitely worse. Definitely worse. At least not now, it was bad, but we were fighting hunger and, you know, of course we were running away from the soldiers also, hiding, getting stung by bees, but this is a new level of depravity. I mean, it's beyond barbaric. It's evil. I mean, and I'm not speaking in terms of the religious evil, but I mean like purely human love, like just evil. And now, yeah.
Helena انتي مويا ختاي ديو profession.
حجي خلو نجار تجراي مويا.
وأساسا ميك ناي كنا تجراي مستجمرة كل سرح خنقديفكي زبزح ساعتكي أب ناي تجراي قداي تعلي ولا خيب ساعة نجارنا.
Well, مجمرة دسيلوني زجبر. Also بتعمي understanding partner لوني. My husband and I'm a new mom, so it was very difficult to just nibale. I've been in media, sort of like a mass media and production behind the camera. So I'm an assistant director in movies and commercials, and I've been in production for 17 years. And the reason I got interested in movie making was because as an Ethiopian, that's how I knew myself. As an Ethiopian, when we came to this country, when you say Ethiopia, people think about Live Aid in the 80s. They think about starving babies and Zimbi, and you know. So my idea was I'm going to change the way this country and the world looks at Ethiopians because they're going to see the beauty of our culture and our language. That was when I thought I was Ethiopian. And then 2 years came along and I was told that I was not Ethiopian. I was told that I was Tigrayan and only Tigrayan. And I was told that I don't deserve to live. So to go back, I found it really difficult to help other people make their dreams come true through movies and commercials while our people are literally fighting for their lives. So I started with a lot of advocacy work, volunteering a lot. One group of amazing people, HPN for Tigray, Health Professional Network for Tigray, caught my eye and caught my heart. They immediately bonded with our displaced doctors that were in the refugee camps. And all I had to hear was, we have people on the ground. And my focus was everywhere, but it became just one. And I knew they were dealing with humanitarian access, they were dealing with medication, everything as a refugee when I was walking with my mom. If I knew better, I would have wished for. So Lizzie, now I'm very honored to say that I am working as one of 2 program managers for HPN for Tigray, and we are doing all we can, not just to help those who are helping themselves, of course, our people in Sudan, but we're preparing for a complete reopening of Tigray. And
عبي نجر أبز ساعات زي كافتهم نتجراي ملو جزء من ساعاتهم من هيوم صبوا أستاذ أزجور زلوا أبز السودان يكون مستجرايون زحلف دكتور حجوس قديفايون تقيسوا نيرو HPN صبوا سرح زلوا محبر مخانو فلتيو تعنتوز تقدم يلوزا قارت كيو مويا خون تني عن نيك أدم بروفيشن كون توم تبلي يوم زنبركي زخرق تاريخ إثيوبيا زخرق بحال إثيوبيا زخرق قانقوا كلهم نجارات تفيدل ساتهم مسارتهم تجراي so I hope you will continue to
That's right. You're absolutely right. Now I'm focused on Tigray, so the stories are going to be about Tigray. The story, you know what I mean? It's going to be about just the amazing culture that we come from. So don't worry, I will continue.
እዚ ኩነታት ምስ ተፈጠረ ብዙሕ ሰብ ተደራራቢ በደል እዩ ጎዲእዎ እቲ ሓደ ባዕሉት ኩናት ኣብ ልዕሊ ህዝቢ ትግራይ ምፍጻሙ ድማ ዓድና ብንብሎ ዓዲ ሰራዊትና ብንብሎ ሰራዊት ብናይ ባዕልና መራሕቲ ብትብልዮም ምንም ተኾነ በቃ መንግስቲ ብትብልዮ ኣካሊት ኩሉ ግፍዒ ኣብ ልዕሊ ህዝቢ ትግራይ በፂሑ ግን ብዙሓት ሰባት ዝኸብዶም ድማ ኣብ ጥቆኦም ብዘሎ ናበልክ ነርካ ኣነ ኢትዮጵያዊ ኢለ ዝኣምን ነይረ ድሓር ግን ከም ዘይኮንኩ ተነጊርኒ ክትብልኒ ፀኒሕ ብጣዕሚ ዝኸበደክ ነገር ኩነታት ምስ ተፈጠረ ልዕሊ ዝኩሉ በደላት ኣብ ትግራዋይ ዝበፅሕ ዘሎ በደል ፐርሰናሊ ስኺ ኣብ ቀረባኽ ብዘለዉ ሰባት ጉድኣት ኢል ክትጠቕስዮ ነገር ታያሉ
It's really sad actually ብጣዕሚ ረዥም ግዜ ዝፈልጦ ሰብ ነይሩ somebody I considered really good friends I had known since I was maybe 17 so እዚ ነገር ክጅምር ከሎ ደው ኢለሉ ያውም our families know each other generationally and now I used to serve in Ethiopian community first Ethiopian students community you know each community council alone I used to serve as that and also I went to school with him and we have family in common so I called and I said wow you know I can't believe there is a your community and a my community Haji I said what are we going to do about this just innocent question and he said to me I don't believe there is a your community and a my community I know it's between the enlightened and the unenlightened
oh we are the unenlightened
I guess so and my first instinct was you have the privilege of being outside of the country to understand you know the scope of it so you can't say oh you know abzi use adagam khamzi ayfalit and you know you live here and you can see but I understood that whatever our parents were teaching us is what we bring to this situation to this crisis my parents said there's one Ethiopia even though they inside they knew what was going on from the past what they wanted from me was to live in peace with everyone right خلاتنا Haji I wish they told me what was going on but it's okay I know now but what was going on in other people's households was very different and it's not just me Haji we talk about this you know all of us involved in advocacy across the board most of us we grew up thinking you know and especially of Atlanta when we would celebrate حبرنا إنا خلنا حارة تجارو من أين برن جن لكان نيرو أي فلت خل نيرة because تقرين أخ موسيقى أخ جمر خلو لكا خلهم ناب خوفي بلو نيرو
نحنا بخلو نسأسة
هو أي فلت خل نيرة what I used to think was oh they're embarrassed تقرين أخ إلون جن حفتيخ تستوسني خلا Tigrinya is the easiest you know form of you know what I mean you're going in a beautiful circle you're smiling to each other and I never put that you know حلفهم حارة قال أخم عائلتنا قريب لهم بعلهم يسحقوا نيرهم like I didn't know but the biggest blessing for me which is not the case for a lot of my friends is most of my friends are my family members so I have a lot of cousins so it didn't affect me like that because my cousins are still my cousins I had 1 or 2 friends that I see now but a lot of my advocacy friends they feel really bad they feel lied to or like gaslighted because their old friends are telling them that's not you know they don't even call them and say are you okay It's okay if you believe in the politics, okay, but if you have a friend,
this is not politics.
You know, you're right. First of all, it's not politics. Again, if you think it's politics, at least you can call your friend and say, are you okay? I've known you for 20, 30 years. Are you okay? So it's really sad. The least you could do. The least you could do. So it's really sad.
حزي زحتك حتى maybe إسخون عناون زي كن ملصو نخل يخون جن سوق إلى نخلو سب زلعلو عينة حتى يو بفلاي دما قرب نافت زحلفنا يونايك أدم مكرا قرب زبالة سب خون كله تبين بدن بيفولتو يو كم ولدنا عينة جرونا طلعت كحدرنا تحز زخون زلو قد مع عمتاتون كوينو زنبر يو قبل الحزب تجراي جن بقى ناي حدا መንግስት አካል ዝፈጽሙ ግፍዒ ኢሎም ሓሊፎም ስቲል ዓድና እዩ ኢሎም ኢትዮጵያውያን ኮይኖም ኢትዮጵያና ሰርሑ ኢትዮጵያና ቀይሩ ዝነበሩ ስድራ ኣለውና ቦታት ኣለውና ያታት ኣለውና ሕዚ ዘሎ ኣብቲ ትግራዋይ ዘሎ ጣዕሳ ኣሎ ማለት ጽላኣት ንምንታይ ዘይሰብኹልና ክንብል ኣይንኽእልን it's not good anyways ግን ንምንታይ ኢና ሕዝውና ነበር ዘለና زقتل كزرسعنا سكم ودخل نبر نخلينا. So what do we do?
You're right. I may not be able to answer. You're right. You know, خمسة عندنا نجار كل جزء. It's just opinions. It's our opinion, my opinion, your opinion. Again, honestly, حدث بخمسة بلي مع زينا النهار. مع زينا قلنا بحق انت زاريبة اذا حسبونا قال انت زاريبة I don't think it's a weakness of Tigrayans to forgive or to forget or whatever. I think from now on we can do our best to have mechanisms in place to protect us from somebody being able to just shut off the lights, from somebody being able to just surround us. Again, I really pray to God that we never lose our kindness, we never lose our trusting abilities, that we never lose our sense of community, because because then we really let them win. ማንነታችን ካስቀየሩን አሁን እኔ በአማርኛ ለመናገር በጣም እንትን እላለሁ ብዙ ጊዜ ያልኩሽ ነበር ቀደም ሳቀቃለሁ ወይም እንትን ይለኛል እዚህ ጋር ይነካኛል ግን አማርኛ ከትግርኛ ትንሽ ይሻላል ስናገረው at least ግን መጨረሻ ላይ ሳስበው and አዋቂ ሰዎች ሲነግሩኝ ለምንድነው አንድ አይነት ሰው ማንነትን የሚቀይረው ደሞ ቋንቋ ለሁሉም ነው አይደለም ቋንቋ ለዚህ ሰው ብቻ አይደለም ኸመውኒ ናይ ህዝብና trust and forgiveness ኸመው ኸውኒ use ደሊ I hope and I pray because otherwise they win and it's not the world against us it's just one group of people and it's not even all of them it's just there's a lot more people silent and allowing the loud ones to do what they're doing تا زخونت بوتالا كم تزبلك يا حزي تعنا زي مقيام سبات كتبقل زي محساب كفات زي محساب يقرا مبال زت يوم كلهم نحدا سب زليو صبوات بحريتات يوم ግን እዚ እንታይ ከይገብረና ይፈርሕ ተሰብ ይመስለኒ እዚ ሁሉ ረሲዕና ግን ተመሊስናውን ጽባሕና ብኮም ዓይነት ንሕና ብኮም ዓይነት መንገዲ ክንነብር ከለና ንሳቶም ግን ብኮም ዓይነት መንገዲ ይኮኑና ጉርቱ ጉርብትና አሎት በሓደ ኢና ንነብር ስለዚ ከመይና ክንሰግራ ዘለና ከይተቀየምና ናብ ካልእ ሕማቅ ነገራት ከይከድና ግን እዚ ከይረሳዕና ጉዳይና ትግራይ ጥራሕ ጌርና ክንነብር ንኽእል ኣይንረስዕን ان بزح سبن ترسعو we won't forget እዚ ዓለም ሕጂ never again خبل دلينا نستوسو ملنا هولوكوست خمزي خوينو رواندا خمزي خوينو يوغوسلافيا يمن نابلنا never again نابلهم نمنتاي نتግራይ نمنتاي نتغارو never again አይትብሉን እናበልና እናበኸይና እናጮኽና ሲ እንታይና ዝተማሂርና ነዚ ዓለም ኣይነፀብየና ኣለና. We're not waiting for the world anymore. We're not waiting for the world to say never again. We are going to say never again. And we are saying never again. So even if the majority of our people forget, don't worry. These advocates, we will say never again. We will, and there are a lot of communities that have come out of situations like this stronger, better. And that is the footstep that we're going to follow. So we won't forget.
أمودأتا قالس خميلو قالس دايسبورا خميلو تزحلف زقبركمو بريس كونفرنس تحس تقبرو زلهم دبلوماسيا وقالسي أمنتاي كونتاتلو مسحادنت دايسبورا تقارو ونتحسكي توليو من اختت حليو كنودو.
Thank you. قالسي صبغيو if you can say صبغيو meaning حدا خويننا إنا نسرح زلنا حجي. Because before there were a lot of different voices. Again, نحزب تجراي كلهم voices نسرحوا نيرهم. حجي جن حدا خويننا نحدا direction إلنا. بقى every week we meet. There is a singular plan, and that is to continue to align and to continue what we're doing and get better and better as it goes. We work as if Tigrai will be opened tomorrow, and it will be opened tomorrow. And still, that's not fast enough for us. What we would like, not nasab khfalit, مجمرة في الدايسبورا زلو خمي تجبروا كل نجار خمي صبغ خمس خنا خمي تجبروا نجار خمي خمس حق زنا تو مدوال سلفي مخاد عبي نجاريو سب خريو خلو ناي بحق تجري سب خمس اللوا نفلت لنا سلازي I don't want anybody to ever think خالي سبي يخيل you have to سلفة have to self. It matters that you go. And for the people after social media advocate نجبرو زلو التعمي عبي نجاريو because زي ساعات خمو عينة نجاريو elected officials زاد اليوم or خمو messageنا خمو إيو transfers الجبر سلازي لليت نجهو معالتي خوفي لهم بتويتر جرا زجبروه بحدا قال سلازي خونا push نجبر زلنا. It's a big deal. It's a very big help for the people who جانا عفلت أن خمي جرائية محجز خير زبلو علنا نمهرنا انت ليكم how to be on Twitter if you're getting frustrated because you're getting kicked out of Twitter. We understand like it's frustration learning curve low. حجي حدا خوينا بزح petition we're not sending petition for every little thing. That's a big change too. When you get a petition, please read it and then please sign it if you align with that. And such remarkable work. I mean, زلنا زيلنا like for these fundraisers بالتعمي عبينا قريو نتوم health professionals students even ab diaspora زلو زاد اليوم سبنا بزحنا قبرنا علنا مو. I just want to tell people how extremely proud of you that we are, how proud we are to be from this community, and meeting with these elected officials, they're very impressed. You know, we're peace-loving people. They're impressed. Not that we do it for that, but just to say. One thing I would hope for the diaspora is, please take care of yourselves. As a mental strain, the mental health strain, it's taking a toll. Hajji 549 days is not just for it's also for us, people pushing. So sometimes we see people getting short with each other in the community very recently. And it's to be expected because the trauma, again, we have to be able to give each other more grace. Haji, when the Senator Jackson situation, when they heard her say something, a lot of people got angry. And Taimalataiya, Manam. زبلت نجار خستاي خلنا مبارز اللي هو يا زبلت I understand سامعكم اللي خو منا we can't go and attack or we can't go and attack of people who don't believe what we believe ناتنا صراحة حدا نجارية حدا صراحة لاتنا that is to show up for the people of Tigray حدا صراحة لهم that is to survive however they can right
yes.
So we have the digital battlefield, we have the diplomatic battlefield. They have to survive. And now for, my goodness, for our people who are doing what they need to do to protect themselves and our people, I have the utmost respect. My prayers are with them always. And if they do that every single day, then the least I could do is do what I do every single day. And that's how we all feel. So across the board, Tigrai تسعر خلينا نقول مبالغة
يا أنيلنا خلينا
التحميد. I'm so honored to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you. So wonderful to meet you.
Thank you so much. كبرات تملكتنا ننايلهم معنتي مدب تجراي سبا عب محبرسب دياسبورا كلميت كوينهم تسليفهم يقالوا سخاف زلو وعروتات حانت زغنت لينا تادسه غاشا غيرنا حزنا لكم قريبنا لنا لمون صباحون نقدميت تግራይ مدحنا سبايو مسانا صنحكم سلاستخاتلكم ازينا اينا نمسكن صوت سمون بخالق غاشا خنراخبينا سناي غزي